So we got a little bit of a taste about using our numeric commands, using our numeric inputs for modeling when we did the scale operation on our previous model. But we can use that really for all of the different tools, particularly when we're drawing and we need to be drawing with precision. We're going to want to use numeric commands. So just as an example, if I'm drawing a rectangle, I can drag it graphically, or I can begin to input some numbers. So let's just call this 20 feet. And now you can see that first number is restricting the width of the box to be 20 feet. So let's change it to 200. I didn't input it yet. Now you can see that that box will be 200 feet wide. Hit enter, and now let's say the width is going to be 20. And you can see that very quickly by putting the numeric values in, I got a very precise rectangle. Now if we look at that under our box edit, we can see that it's 200 by 20. So that's very useful. Say that we needed to make something quite precise. We just type in those numbers. We can do the same thing with our lines and our polylines. So if I'm starting at a point and I know that my line has to be 100 feet long, I can type that, and now I can only go to 100. I can go in any direction, but I can only go 100 feet. Now that I typed in 100 feet on the arc setting, it's basically giving me an arc with a 100-foot radius. So it's taking the beginning point of my arc that I set when I started the polyline. Let's put in a 200-foot radius. You can see what a nice effect we got there. All right, so think about numeric modeling. How else might you use that? One of the things that you're going to be building for your model today is a stair. And in most of the cases today, I'm going to suggest that you draft something two-dimensionally and then extrude it. Depending on the case, that may not always be the way that you want to do that. But let's just say that we were drawing a stair. Our stair is going to have some typical dimensions, so a 7-inch rise and a 1-foot run. So that's pretty typical. So if I started here and if I put 7 inches, and I do have to put inches now that my model is in feet, I do need to put inches. I'm also going to put on my ortho snap so that I get a kind of straight 90-degree angle. I've typed in my 7 inches, and now I'm going to put in 1 for feet since I'm in model units of feet. And I can either continue that way and just draw my stair, or I'm going to show you another trick. I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so now I've got this polyline with these two couple of segments. Now it might be quite nice to use my copy tool because that will let me copy several copies of it. So I'm going to copy from here to there, and to there, and to there, and to there. And then I hit enter when I'm done. A kind of easy route to creating a stair. So this is just one plane of the stair. Let's go ahead and complete the stair. So I'm going to take my line and I'm going to connect here so that I know that the slope of that line is basically the same as the slope of my stair. If I stretch it out here, that will give me a little bit of thickness that I need for the stair structure. And now I'm just going to use some additional lines to close this up. And I'm going to do a trim function to clean this up. Okay, so now I have a pretty good profile. All of my corners are meeting. I can test that by using join. And now if I have a closed curve, this object is editable as a single element. Before we extrude the stair, let's rotate the cross-section into its correct orientation. So I can tell that I want to use the red radius, but let's just try to make it a little bit more evident. Let's start by moving the gumball, and let's move it to here. I'm just going to hit enter. And now you can see maybe a little bit more clearly. So I want to rotate around that red axis, and I want to rotate it 90 degrees so that the stair is not laying on the floor, but is sitting in the vertical position. So now that I've changed to the front view, you can see that the stair is in a good orientation. So we might have a floor here and a floor here that we're connecting by the stair. So now if I go back into my perspective view and I click on the extrude, I can still do the same simple command, 10 feet, and it's a little bit clearer how to get from the flat 2D object to the 3D stair.